Good morning, students. Next topic in electrochemistry lesson: factors affecting electrolytic conductance. If the interionic attractions between the opposite charged ions means positive ion, another negative ion. The interionic attraction, already you know, if opposite charges ions are present means attraction is there. So interaction between the opposite charged ions of solute increases. Attraction increases means conduction will decrease, because conductance means what? If ions moves freely means movement of ions is called as conductance. So if attraction is more means ions cannot move freely, so only conductance will decrease. This is the first point. Second point, solvent of dielectric constant, that is solvent of higher dielectric constant show higher conductance. If dielectric constant is higher means it can easily separate it into plus and minus. So if easily ions are formed means that ions moves freely, so it shows higher conductance. Third one, conductance is inversely proportional to viscosity, because viscosity increases means conduction decreases. Viscosity decreases means conduction increases. So conductivity increases with decrease in viscosity. Both are inversely proportional. Viscosity means what? Flowness of liquid. Simply we can understand with the help of density. So density is more means conduction is small. Density is small means conduction is more. So conductance and viscosity both are inversely related. If the temperature of the electrolytic solution increases means conduction increases, because if you are increase the temperature means ions moves fastly, so conduction also increases. Increase in temperature increase the kinetic energy of the ions. Kinetic means movement. So if ions move fastly means attractive forces decreases between the opposite charge, so conductivity increases. So attraction decreases means conductivity increases. Attraction increases means conductivity decreases. That only given. Molar conductance of a solution increases with increase in dilution. Dilution means with excess of water. Increase in dilution means if you are adding more water, conductance increases. This is because for strong electrolyte means what? It is completely ionized into positive and negative. This is because for strong electrolyte, the interionic force of attraction decrease with dilution. That is, during dilution, if you are adding more water means attraction decreases. For weak electrolyte, dissociation increases with dilution. Molar conductance increases with increase in dilution. If you are adding more water means conductance increases, because if you are adding more water means ions will separate into plus and minus easily, and it can move easily. So the distance between these ions is large. So distance is large means interaction between the opposite charged ions is very small. So conductance is more. So this is because for strong electrolyte, this is the first point for strong electrolyte, and this is the second point in this point. For strong electrolyte, interionic force of attraction decreases with dilution. For weak electrolyte, degree of dissociation increases with dilution. So with this point, factors affecting over. Next topic, measurement of conductivity of ionic solutions. In last year, you learned physics practical experiment in physics practicals, you learned about meter bridge experiment. So you already learned to measure the specific resistance of a metallic wire by using meter bridge in your physics practicals. We know that it works on the principles of Wheatstone bridge. You learned Wheatstone bridge in your physics subject. Similarly, the conductivity of the electrolytic solution is determined by using Wheatstone bridge arrangement in which one resistance is replaced by conductivity cell. In physics subject, in this Wheatstone bridge part, here resistance is given. Instead of one resistance, here conductivity cell is used. So conductivity cell filled with electrolytic solutions of unknown conductivity. In the measurement of specific resistance of a metallic wire, DC power supply is used. Here, if we apply DC current through the conductivity cell, it will lead to the electrolysis of the solution. So AC current is used for this measurement to prevent electrolysis. There, in Wheatstone bridge, DC power supply is used, but if we apply DC power supply here means electrolysis takes place. So for prevent electrolysis, AC current is used. A Wheatstone bridge is constituted using known resistance PQ, a variable resistance S, PQ and variable resistance S and conductivity cell. Let the resistance of the electrolytic solution taken it be R, it's shown in figure, and AC source is, that is 550 Hz to 5 kHz, is connected between the junctions A and C. See here, this is the point A and C. 550 Hz to 5 kHz is connected between the junction to A and C. And connect a suitable detector between the junctions B and D. Connect a suitable detector between the junctions B and D. So the variable resistance S is calculated, is adjusted until the bridge is balanced, and this condition there is no current flows through the detector. This is the principle. The variable resistance S is adjusted. So in Wheatstone bridge, we are adjusting the variable resistance S. How long? Until the bridge is balanced. And in this condition, there is no current flow through the detector. So under the balanced condition, the formula is what? P by Q is equal to R by S. If you want to know R, because R is a conductive cell, if you want to know the R means, we can change this formula. R is equal to P by Q. If this S comes this side means into S, so R is equal to P by Q into S. The resistance of the electrolytic solution R is calculated from the known resistance value PQS. If you know PQS values means we can calculate the R. And then balanced condition using this expression. Conductivity calculations. Already you know one formula, kappa is equal to 1 by R into L by A, or kappa is equal to C into L by A. Here this L by A is a cell constant that is provided by cell manufacturer. If you don't know that cell constant value means, alternatively we can calculate the cell constant by using KCl solution whose concentration and specific conductance are known. So that cell constant may be determined by using KCl solution whose concentrations C and specific conductance. If you know both these values means we can calculate the cell constant value. With help of this equation, specific conductance or conductivity of an electrolyte can be calculated. variation of molar conductivity with concentration. Coleridge scientists observed that increase of the molar conductance of the electrolyte solution with increase in dilution. Dilution increases means molar conductance also increases. One such experimental result is given in the following table for better understanding. So one table is given for your understanding. See this table. Dilution increases means concentration decreases. So dilution increases means conductance increases for these three solutions. So based on the above such results, Coleridge deduced the following empirical relation between delta M and C. He deduced the relation between delta M and C. Delta M is equal to delta naught M minus K into root C. Lambda M is equal to lambda naught M minus K into root C. So this is the equation for relation between molar conductance and concentration. The above equation represents a straight line y is equal to mx plus c. So this equation is similar to y is equal to mx plus c. This is y and this is x and this is m, this is c. So the above equation represents a straight line form y is equal to mx plus c, hence the plot of lambda m versus c. So in this graph we are taking lambda m as a y axis and root c as a x-axis. So this is x-axis, that is root c, and this is y-axis, that is lambda m. If you plot the graph between lambda m and root c, it gives a straight line with negative slope. So y is equal to mx plus c. So this is m. So m is equal to minus k, that only given here, the negative slope, that is m is equal to minus k. So if you plot the graph between lambda m versus root c, mean it gives a straight line with the negative slope minus k and intercept, that is c, constant lambda naught m, where lambda naught m is called as limiting molar conductivity. Limiting molar conductivity means, that is molar conductance approaching limiting value in very dilute solution. In very dilute solution, it approach, that is molar conductance approach limiting value. See this graph. Here we are plotting the graph between lambda m, that is lambda m, and root c. For strong electrolyte we will get a straight line, and for weak electrolyte like curve we will get one line. For strong electrolyte at a high concentration, so this is the strong electrolyte at a high concentration, that means here for strong electrolyte at high concentration, the number of constituent ions of the electrolyte in a given volume is high. If concentration is more, means more number of ion is present. If more number of ion is present, means attractive force is also high, because all are closely packed. So attractive forces is high. Attractive forces is high means ions experience a viscous drag due to the greater solvation. So these factors attribute to the low molar conductivity. So high concentration for strong electrolyte, because strong electrolyte means what? Completely ionized into plus and minus. If more ion formed means concentration is high. If concentration is high means attractive forces is also high because more number of ion is present. If attractive forces is high means already we know molar conductivity is low. Because attraction is more means ions cannot move freely, so low molar conductivity at a high concentration. So when dilution increases means attractive forces decreases. Attractive forces decreases means molar conductivity increases. Because dilution increases means at infinite dilutions ions are so far apart, that means distance increases. Dilution increases means distance increases. Distance increases means interactions between them is small, that is insignificant. So molar conductivity increases. No attraction is present means ions can move freely, so only molar conductivity increases and reach a maximum value at infinite dilution. For weak electrolyte at high concentration, see here, this is for weak electrolyte. This is the point for high concentration. For weak electrolyte at high concentration, the plot is almost parallel. See, this line is parallel to the x-axis. Almost parallel to the concentration axis, that is root C. With a slight increase in conductivity as the dilution increases. So dilution increases means slightly conductivity increases, slightly only. When the concentration approaches 0, there is sudden increase in the molar conductance and the curve is almost parallel to the y-axis, that is lambda m. This is due to the fact that dissociation of weak electrolyte increases with increase in dilution. So increase in dilution, dissociation increases, so molar conductivity is also increases. That is, this is called as Ostwald dilutions law. This is called as Ostwald dilutions law. So lambda naught values of strong electrolyte can be obtained by extrapolating the straight line, as shown in figure. But the same procedure is not applicable for weak electrolyte because as the plot is not a linear one. So lambda naught value of the weak electrolyte can be determined by using Coleridge law. This means what? For strong electrolyte, if you extend this line means it will cut x-axis at a certain point and y-axis at a certain point. From these we can calculate lambda naught value, lambda naught m value. But the same procedure is not applicable for weak electrolyte because weak electrolyte is not a linear one, so it will not touch the x-axis and y-axis, so we cannot calculate lambda naught m value by using this procedure. So we can calculate the lambda naught value for the weak electrolyte by using Coleridge law. In next video we will learn about Coleridge law. Thank you.